Thoughts become things. You become what you believe. You can connect with the cosmic field and manifest anything you want in this life. What in the hell is Joe Dispenza talking about? We're going to talk about exactly what he's talking about in the next few minutes and why it really works and how I've changed my life with his principles. And I'm going to boil down the main things for you here in about 8 minutes. We're going to get into it right now. I'm Jim Y'all, and I have found peace, purpose, and prosperity in my own life, and I believe you can do the same, and I want to share with you some principles how to do that. If that sounds like something you're into, I invite you to subscribe below. There's a link here if you want to discuss working with me as well. But what is Joe talking about? He says all these crazy things like, if you want a new personal reality, you got to create a new personality. Thoughts become things. He says that there is a thing called the field that is like the cosmic unseen that we can connect to. And when we learn how to do it, we can literally magnetically attract on an energetic vibrational level the life we dream of. What is that all about? Well, really what it is, it's the science of spirituality. And it's what we're beginning to understand as science discovers more and more about how this universe works. And the crazy thing is, it works exactly like people of all the world religions that are great masters of Zen, great masters of spirituality, have been telling us it works for thousands of years. It is as if there is an unseen force in our universe that Joe calls the field that can be connected with and can be used to help attract things to us that we truly want in our life. How does this all work? Well, I know here's how it's worked for me over the last year and a half, almost 2 years now in my life, as I've read tons of Joe's books, watched tons of Joe's videos, and started to understand some of the concepts he's talking about. 99.99999%, I think it is, of everything in existence, whether it's solid matter, whether it's the air around you, is literally empty space. And what science has discovered, that space is made of energy, electrons and protons and neutrons, and those particles that you get down to the nano levels at don't behave anything like we thought they did when I was growing up back in the 80s and looking at the little model of an atom with one electron floating around it, kind of like a little universe. It's more like a cloud. It's more like a field. Now, what we would say on the spiritual side of that, for those of you that are more spiritual seekers, is that we are all connected by an unseen power in this universe called God. And God connects everything. God is in everything. God's part of you. God's part of me. God's part of the universe. God's part of every physical thing in existence, every spiritual thing in existence. And you are designed to be living at a much higher level than a lot of times you live. What happens is we let ourselves get in the way of this field. We begin to focus on what we can see, what we can taste, what we can touch, what we can put our hands on. That's why Joe is big on meditation, because meditation puts you in a state of theta brainwave activity. That's the state you were in for the first 7 years of your life, where your brain, your mind is completely opened up and it's just open to whatever's being programmed into the subconscious. You're in learning mode for your first 7 years. You can get back in that mode through things like meditation, through as you're drifting off to sleep, as you're waking up in the morning, you're in theta brainwave activity for a few minutes. You can manipulate that with things like affirmations, things like reprogramming your subconscious. There are some hacks, some tricks you can do that Joe and others talk about all the time. But here's the deal. We live in a spiritual universe of unseen powers. And what's crazy is we don't believe in them. And when we do start to believe in them, guess what? Our thoughts, the things we can't see, begin to manifest into things we can see. And it's really a very simple process. Now, if you're having trouble with all this, if you're a little bit, that's not science, Jim, that's spirituality. And I don't know what I think about all that. Well, listen to this. Right now, there's an antenna where you can't see on my house that brings me an HD signal for my local channel so I can watch things like Packer games. Right now, invisible signals travel from my phone to my AirPods to this microphone I'm wearing. We don't see them, but we use them all the time. We believe they're there. We know they're there. We know Bluetooth is there. We know Wi-Fi is there. We know all of these things. Why? Thanks to science. We don't see them, but we believe them. The spiritual world works in the same way. There's an unseen power. There's an unseen force in this universe that connects us all. And I believe that unseen force wants you to have your best life. I think that unseen force, that power that I call God, I like what they say in AA, your higher power, to the best of your understanding, whatever that means to you. That power flows through everything, permeates everything. And I believe it's a power and a force for good and for love and absolute your best peace, joy, and purpose in life. And when we begin to understand that, guess what we start doing? We start moving a thought, an unseen thing, into a seen thing, a thing in our life. And the fact is, everything that's ever come into creation, into existence, every invention that's ever been made, started with a thought and it became a thing. That's the way this stuff works. And you can use it to work it in your life to bring you the life of your dreams. Here's how it works. When we start thinking new thoughts, guess what happens? We start feeling new feelings. And thoughts and feelings wrapped together, Dispenza says, are very powerful things. They literally form neural pathways in our brain as we think new thoughts and we attach strong emotion to them. The more you think, the more you feel a new way, the more, guess what you're going to do? The more you're going to believe a new way. Pretty soon you start believing new things are possible because you're thinking new things, you're feeling new things. Your life is starting to feel in a new way and look in a new way. So you're starting to believe it can be a new way. And then you start to behave in a new way. Your behaviors change, your actions change, and that just reinforces your beliefs. And as your beliefs change, pretty soon your person changes. You become a brand new you. Your personal reality changes because, as Joe says, your personal reality has changed. And now, guess what you're doing? You're bringing a thought into a thing. A perfect example for me is a year and a half ago, probably. Right now, I would have been sitting on my couch playing Madden. That's bugs are getting out here, guys. Sorry, I'm doing an outside night video, but I would have been sitting on my couch playing Madden football, wasting my time away. And what am I doing now? I'm out here building a coaching network, creating content for you guys, connecting with you as you call me and have video chats with me, changing lives. All that's changed for me. Not to mention all the other stuff that changed. It's just kind of side notes for me. My sales career took off. I started selling more units than I'd ever sold. All kinds of magical things started to happen. But more than anything, I started feeling good. I attached new thoughts to new emotions, and I didn't have to fake it till I make it. I just started changing how I feel about life. I started living in the moment, and it changed everything for me because this stuff works. There is a field out there. It's a spiritual reality. It can be connected to, and it will begin to pull what you dream of into your life as you begin to believe your thoughts can become things as well. It's all about creating a new personality so you can have a new personal reality. And I promise you, this stuff works. I don't know if we're 8 minutes or not yet, but I want to just share with you this one thing, and we're going to finish up right here. Today, I want to challenge you to begin to understand it this way. Look at it. If you can't look at it from the positive, look at it from the negative. You believe your negative thoughts have impact on your life, right? You believe when you think negatively, bad things happen in your life. You believe because you weren't looking at something right or you've seen something in your life going bad, you say, I wish I could just break out of this cycle, quit thinking this way. Why? Because you know it's driving your reality. Your personality is creating your personal reality. The positive is true as well. Change those thoughts, change those feelings, change those behaviors and beliefs, and you will change into a new identity. You'll become a new you, and you'll manifest your dream life as well. If you need a little help, click one of the links below. Let's set up a 20-minute call and talk about it. It might be the most life-changing call you've ever made. Start thinking in a brand new way right now.